Hello there. This is Jacob. Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel. I was prompted to study the Psalm 65 yesterday, so we're jumping in and going through Psalm 65 again and seeing what it has. Psalm 65, it says, "Praise is awaiting you, O God, in Zion, and to you the vow shall be performed. O you who hear prayer, to you all flesh will come." That's really a profound statement. So David was the author of this psalm, and in verse 2 it says, "To you all flesh will come." And that's exactly right. Every single human being in the history of the world is going to meet Jesus. And from there, it's up to Jesus to determine who is a sheep and who is a goat. But all flesh, every human being, will be in front of Jesus. Verse 3, "Iniquities prevail against me. As for our transgressions, who will provide atonement for them?" So David is looking forward. He's recognizing that there needs to be somebody that pays for all the debt of all the sin that's going on in him and in others. It's a foreshadowing to Jesus. "Blessed is the man you choose." That's awesome, isn't it? David knows that there's a man coming. His name is Jesus. He doesn't know his name yet. But he's saying, "Blessed is the man you choose." Well, that's Jesus. That's pretty neat. "And cause to approach you, that he may dwell in your courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of your house, of your holy temple." Those are all clean things. Those are all beautiful things that David enjoys, showing a little of his heart. By verse 5, "By awesome deeds and righteousness you will answer us, O God of our salvation. You who are the confidence of all the ends of the earth and of the far-off seas, who establishes the mountains by his strength, being clothed with power." So David here is giving us a foreshadowing, a glimpse of what our King looks like. Verse 7, he says, "You will still the noise of the seas, you who still the noise of the seas, the noise of their waves and the tumult of the peoples." Well, who is that? Well, of course, we know that's Jesus. But what's just brilliant is this is written way before Jesus came. Remember the Sea of Galilee that Jesus said, "Quiet, be still." And then the disciples were freaking out. And the sea was stilled, and they said, "Oh, even the winds and the waves obey him." Well, that's Jesus. He's the God of all elements. "They also who dwell in the farthest parts are afraid of your signs. You make the outgoings of the morning and evening rejoice. You visit the earth and water it. You greatly enrich it. The river of God is full of water. You provide their grain, for so you have prepared it. You water its ridges abundantly. You settle its furrows. You make it soft with showers. You bless its growth." Well, that's a verse for the avid outdoorsman and the hunter to know where the settling spots in all the mountains are. It's in the furrows. Well, that's where the deer and the elk probably are laying. Verse 11, it says, "You crown the year with your goodness, and your paths drip with abundance." Everywhere he goes, Jesus is just giving and blessing and pouring out. It's amazing. Verse 12, "They drop on the pastures of the wilderness, and the little hills rejoice on every side. The pastures are clothed with flocks, the valleys are covered with grain. They shout for joy, they also sing." So this psalm was a song to be played by David, and the very ending is he's covering it all. He's looking out over a landscape, and he sees all that God is doing. He doesn't give credit to man for making the cows. He doesn't give credit to man for watering all the lands. It's pretty obvious if you look at all creation, you begin to see the attributes of God. So that's Psalm 65, and I hope you enjoy.